Alright, hello everyone! And welcome back
Hello,
to the
everyone.
Crown of the Tyrant Queen.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna lower the background volume because it's too loud for me. Okay. So, Iris spoke to me about some things, and we're gonna try something different for the start of this session. So, we're gonna just jump right to where we left off last time. You breathe hard as the encounter is gone. You see the dragons flying off in the distance and hear the steps of the retreating enemies in the snow. The adrenaline begins to drain from your bodies as you slowly wind down, your heart still beating fast as slam! A door opens and you all turn around, still on edge, and you see an old man leaning out of his red wagon. He looks around and he says, "Well, this is a mess."
Who the fuck?
"Oh, hello there, Mr.
Gil.
Ah, Gil. Yes." And you see this old man wearing long red robes and is a grayish beard with a bit of like red in it. You can see from his hair, from what you can see of his hair, that he was probably a redhead in his youth, but now he's much older with a lot of white and a little bit of gray in his hair. And he is wearing this really typical, like, wizard or witch's hat with a wide brim and a pointy top. And he says, yes, Gil. Nope, I don't know you."
I
That
mean,
makes two
we
of
don't
us.
know you, so
"Oh, where are my manners? Who would think not to introduce themselves before asking someone's name?" He just wiggles his eyebrows.
how very passive aggressive of you.
Well, that is fair. So, to whom am I speaking?
Well, Gil already introduced himself, so you can call me Herrick.
Herrick. I see. He leans a bit further and then looks to the top, just kind of looking at I, and says, "And you are standing atop my wagon."
Look, I needed a vantage point, okay?
He
I
chuckles.
Castell.
I Castell. Oh,
Just I, please.
I've heard of you.
She just raises a brow. I'm not sure if that's a good thing.
I'm not sure either. And what about you, my feathered friends?
Sayora just looks over and just says, "Sayora."
kangaroos. Yes, I love your kind. What about you? She says, looking at this at the other bird person.
Hecate just kind of takes a second to like kind of glances like Hecate.
Nope, I only know I. Well. My name is. I'm looking
Please
at my
wait while the
notes.
GM generates his name.
I had it in my notes somewhere. Don't worry, it's not. We're professionals here.
But it is not important.
My name is not important. Go away. Bye.
My name is Nanya. None your business.
None your business. Sure. Do you want? Do I want to go like? That has too many like all right. I had an idea, and then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, no, this might be too. There's a famous pop culture character who has that name, and that might cause. Okay, my name is Alatar.
Can you put that in the chat?
Alathar.
No, 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 no.
Alatar.
Alatar. Alatar.
Does that ring a bell with like anybody?
No.
Excellent.
Well, Alatar.
Well,
We've been tasked.
make me a.
Oh, go ahead.
Make me a history check.
I.
Yes, you.
I do not have the thing, so.
Search the AI engines for the answer.
Yeah, no. That doesn't ring a bell.
Also, Warbots, we still haven't updated the character sheet.
Why is it my job to update your character?
Because
sheet?
you
I gave
said you
the-
would!
That's stupid. Why would I do that?
Yes,
We have
you
a
are.
recording of you saying you would.
I'll take care of this like in a. Let's say we'll take a break mid-session and I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Anyway, you're probably not going to be in combat and require those features anytime soon.
What?
Until the end of session, I'm gonna say. All right. So Alatar says. What were you saying? Looking at Gil. Gil, you were saying something.
So we are the ones who have been. Well, I was informed that there was a caravan with someone or something that was going to be helping. Was it Aquamarine? Yeah, that was going to be helping Aquamarine with the current siege. And we took up the mission from the Adventurers Guild to ensure that you got there safely.
Ah, yes, that would be I. I would be that someone.
Mm-hmm. Gil just kind of looks him up and down. Doesn't look impressed.
Hey! he 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 says, "Hey, my eyes are up here," and he flicks the air. And as he does, a mage hand appears and flicks your nose.
I'm
No,
gonna pretend like that didn't happen.
I
You-
get the feeling you two are going to be best of friends.
That
He
depends
chuckles
entirely on whether
and
or
says-
not that happens again.
He chuckles and he says, well, if you are so dismissive of my personage, perhaps I should introduce myself more thoroughly. My name is Alatar, and I am an ambassador from Arcane Society, here to, perhaps, find a way to end this conflict. And in the worst case scenario, show your foolish nations that warring on our doorstep is not a very good idea.
You plan on telling Tiamat that herself? By yourself?
No, I plan on telling our agents in Beryl and staying far away from where that queen finds herself.
You know, I really can't blame you for that.
He chuckles and he says, well, to be fair, my job as an ambassador is to soothe the conflicts, not to make them any worse. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a very good ambassador, now would I?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and how exactly do you plan to do that? Out
Well,
of curiosity.
it's going to involve a lot of diplomacy, and while I'm stationed at Aquamarine, sorry, I had a burp coming.
Okay.
While I'm stationed at Aquamarine, I can find a way to perhaps share my expertise. I am, after all, one of the main. Arcane Centrum is, after all, the main power behind the Arcane Society, and I can help in many ways. Mostly, however, I'm here to talk.
And what would have hypothetically happened if we hadn't protected you from the ambush?
Well, hypothetically, I would have probably been brought unharmed to Queendom's to a Queendom outpost where they would have either simply brought me back to Arcanum Centrum or
Held you as a hostage.
quite possibly. Being held hostage is part of the job when you do something as dangerous as be an ambassador to a warring nation.
Mm-hmm.
And considering the fact that your nation is ever warring, well, let's just say my job is complicated. Yes, sir.
No, she just said, you're saying you're used to this.
Oh, yes, I've been captured and held captive many times and ransomed.
Right. Just
Well,
sighs, just starts patching her wounds.
Well, regardless, I think you'll be better help if we can actually get you to Aquamarine, so we should probably get things moving again.
and we have insurance in case your plan doesn't go through. Gil just picks up the now tied up kobold that is knocked unconscious and just throws him onto one of the wagons.
Oh, yes, perhaps he could be useful to Hey,
Refresh my
wake
memory.
up.
Was he? Was it at? Was it one of the elite kobolds
I think
that
it was
we
one of the
captured?
shield ones, yeah.
Was it a shield one? Okay, so not a necessarily a smart one, but a powerful one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I think so.
the old wizard leans forward and just says very close to the kobold, "Oi! Wake up, you lazy bones!"
Does the kobold wake up?
No, the kobold just kind of stays there. So the wizard looks at him and then scratches his beard for a second. He says, and then he just goes,
Wait, hang on, I got this.
"What?"
Oh!
Slaps the kobold in the face. The kobold goes, "Yeah! What? No! What?
I flies down, walks up to it, and then, I forgot. Did I give her this? No, I didn't. She just shouts, "What?"
Discord absolutely ate that.
Yeah.
I'm
Good.
gonna say, as you scream, "Wake up!" he slaps the kobold across the face, and the kobold wakes up. He's goes, "I'm awake! I'm awake! What's going on? What? Ah! Ah! Oh! 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 This is bad."
Yeah, it kind of is for you.
Yeah.
Face palms.
Yeah.
And continues patching herself.
All right.
Unfortunately for you, both of your white dragon friends turned tail and fled. Your red
The
dragon
white
friend
dragons!
didn't exactly see kindly to one of them.
Oh, well, the dragons aren't my friends, actually. They're quite mean.
Mm-hmm.
But, and he just keeps going for like, until somebody interrupts him. He's just kind of lost in the loop.
I slapped them.
Oh! Okay, what do you want to know? I don't know much. They don't tell me much. I'm just a shield wielder, and I'm slow a bit. So please don't be angry if I don't get.
You are just a shield wielder, but you do remember where you came from.
Yeah, I come from Barrel. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Okay, is he hiding things? I'm doing. Oh no. CR doesn't know. Never mind.
Wonderful.
Wait, the 6? He rolled a 5.
Oh, hilarious.
So I don't know what are the charisma bonuses to an elite kobold. Let me just double check. Maybe a 5 beats you. I don't know. Humanoids, kobold, dragon shield. Yeah, no, +0 charisma, so it's deception.
Hell
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine. Okay, so he goes, yeah, he let something slip. He wasn't supposed to, but it's clearly like,
Barrel,
yeah, he's
yeah.
from Barrel. All right.
I think we mostly gathered that already, but I'm more referring to where the staging ground for the siege is. Or are you just coming directly from Barrel?
What?
Oh, don't
Listen,
slap him again.
I'm just moved around. Kobolds don't get told things. We're just thrown at problems until either they break or we do.
Don't worry. If you don't want to talk, then we can talk later. And
I want to talk. I don't want to die, please.
Just the fact that.
Okay.
it's a
Okay. I come from Barrel, like straight up from Barrel. We had a group of people, and technically we can't teleport into Aquamarine, but we can technically teleport around Aquamarine. The bubble is like around the city walls, so around that limit we can teleport. So we had some guy. I don't remember his name. Please don't. No. We had some guy, and he set up like a teleportation circle. He activated it, and then there was a big whoosh of blue colors, and then the dragons behind us were like, "Move or I'll eat you," and we're like, "Ah!" And we moved. And then we were through, and we kept moving, and the white dragons were like, "If you don't move fast enough, I'm gonna eat you." And I was like, "Okay, you sure?" And then we arrived in the forest, and we started moving, and then I was like, "Oh, this doesn't sound good." And the white dragons were like, "We'll eat you if you don't cooperate." And I was like, "Ah!" And so then I just kind of kept fencing, and then the kobold elites, they moved through the wall of trees to approach, and we were just trying to catch up because this thing is really heavy, you know. And then we caught up, and there were dead people everywhere, and you were slaughtering my friends, and the white dragons, and the red dragon.
All right. It's all right. Just settle down a bit, okay?
I looks to one of her bird friends, and then the bird flies over and slaps him for her.
Was that one really necessary?
Yes!
All right, I feel better now. Thank you. Thank you, bird person thing. Bird.
all right. So they
He's
are.
giving this cold glare.
The forces are coming directly from Barrel, and they seem to have a teleportation network set up to teleport in directly towards the battlements.
Well, the way it works is kind
Not
of like.
talking to you.
What? I'm sorry.
Concerning.
I know you don't remember what the teleportation guy's name was, but do you remember what he looked like? Anything about him that really stood out?
He was tall. He was black scaled. Like he had black scales. And he had blue eyes and big spiny ridges. And he had a big book like this guy. He points to the wizard who's just chuckling as he watches this develop.
Does that ring any bells in Herrick's mind?
I'm gonna say roll history with advantage. And if you're not proficient, add proficiency bonus. For this specifically.
Okay.
Or that or we're gonna create a new skill on your sheet called Queendom History. Specifically that we're gonna give you proficiency in.
So
but I don't think that's possible.
I'll-
on the new
I mean, I
sheet.
can just do a situational bonus, so.
Yep,
Alright.
let's do that.
Advantage. 17.
17. Okay. Can you remind me what's the name of the NPC you sent me art of? That did you send me art of her? Give me a second.
Are you referring to the one specifically about Herrick's backstory?
The bear, the one that rides a bear.
Yes. Yeah, that was
Okay.
That was the NPC
One of her that seems to be a good description of one of her lieutenants.
Oh, that's.
Sound familiar?
At least. That would be. This very much sounds like one of the lieutenants of a associate of mine from back in the Queendom.
Can you send me the Can you send me the token so I can add it to our portrait?
Yeah.
Or if you want, you can send me a more complete image, non-token, I can put as her portrait.
Well, that's just it. I don't have one like that, so that'll just have to suffice.
I don't mind. I need something I can click to say show players when the time comes.
There you go.
Concerned.
Don't worry about it. Not for a while.
Concerned?
You don't have to worry about it right now. Not right now.
Not yet.
Not yet. Eventually, yes.
Soon, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna X that. I'm gonna click this. And I'm gonna type choose file, select files, my DM, NPCs. Open, select. There we go. There we go. Yes, so it speaks, it sounds like one of, do you want to keep the name of that person secret, or am I free to?
I'll keep it secret for right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's good. Okay. So yeah, that sounds like one of your former associates, lieutenants.
Well, I mean, at least I know she's likely still alive. That's good. Of course, I'm probably going to have to deal with her eventually, and that's probably not going to be good, but... Oh, boy.
Well, for now, we know we have more information and a better idea of what we're looking at in regards to the siege on Aquamarine. Now,
Yeah. What I know, what I know about the siege in Aquamarine is that they were trying to not use dragons so as to not like give an excuse for dragons to be used against us.
and yet, you
But I
sent
think
3.
they changed their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Counting the fact that the white dragons were there and were eating some of my friends. I'm pretty sure dragons are back in business for now. The one thing that we need to I didn't say anything.
You know what? I've heard enough. Sayora finishes patching herself, takes her sword, and then walks up. Is there anything else you want to blab about?
Oh, you're gonna upset him again.
My favorite color is blue.
Honestly, solid
as-
choice.
As
Not bad.
Sayora's distracting him, Gil's just gonna kind of sneak up behind him and just kind of clock him in the side of the head to knock him back out.
And that works too.
Damn kobolds are always mouthy.
Alright. Well,
You can't really blame them, given how they live, what they live under.
I'm just gonna go ahead and Gil's just gonna take like a piece of fabric and just gag him for the time being. and then just throw him back into the back into one of the caravan caravans.
Again, Hecate is just slightly racist. As for why, I don't know, but he just really does not like kobolds.
Alright. Well,
That's fair.
I'm just rolling with it. He just insults every kobold he sees now.
we'll let the Adventurers Guild figure out what to do with him from here. We may not have much more information regarding the siege, but he might have more information regarding the inner workings of Beryl, and worst case scenario, he can be put to use and probably have a better life than the Queendom could ever give him.
Well,
Not exactly a
you're
high
a competent
bar, but
lot. Sorry, what? Sorry. I didn't mean to just stop you there. Go ahead, man. Say what you think.
no, he's just basically saying that he could have a better life than the Queendom would offer him. It's not a high bar, but it's still something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the old man says, "Well, you're a competent lot."
That's one word for it, I suppose. Yeah, we got the job
Hmm.
done, so.
You get the job done indeed. That's quite admirable. Well, I'll go back to my books and hope that you don't cause too much trouble.
We weren't the ones causing trouble in the first place, but sure.
I mean, we don't necessarily cause trouble, it just kind of finds us.
Anyways, enjoy your
Trouble?
book. We'll go ahead and be setting out pretty soon. Gil just kind of glances at the head of the caravan.
The old man, Alatar, leans a bit forward towards you, Herrick, and says, "It often finds the best people, or leaves them dead." He winks, and then goes back into his wagon, closing the door.
Well, if it keeps finding me and I'm supposed to be a good person, it must be fucking blind.
The fucking shit. Anyway, so I'm gonna drink a bit of water. Alright, so the caravan slowly resumes its movement. As you resume your path towards Aquamarine. And without much incident, actually, the leader of the caravan offers a bit of gold to the orcs, and the orcs join you in your guarding of the caravan for the remaining of the journey.
Probably take
you
place of
do
most of
like
the
encounter.
casualties from the one side of the caravan that just kind of got rocked.
Yeah. So not much happens. Like you guys meet up with an owlbear, and like a bunch of goblins, but the goblins don't really cause problem. They more run away from your encounter than anything else. I'm gonna say that a group of like 6 or 7 goblins don't expect to assault a caravan with maybe 5 times their number just in defenders. That doesn't sound like something a goblin would do. And you do find an owlbear who is aggressive, but you guys barely have time to interact with it before it's brought down. And eventually, you reach. Oh, fuck. You reach Aquamarine once more. The doors are opened, and the caravan master approaches you. Ah, good day then! That was quite the adventure, wasn't it?
Certainly could have gone worse. Honestly, I'm just kind of happy that Red Scale didn't join the fight properly. That would have been a headache.
Yes, them red bastards. Oh yes. Sorry, I keep yawning. Oh yes. One thing I need to make sure to do. We didn't technically pay the Adventurers Guild for this because we were away. So it's our job to give you your rewards. Show me your tokens, and we'll pay you the according amount.
Gil presents his.
I presents hers.
Okay. Do you have notes of a specific remuneration that I spoke when I gave you this quest? I thought it was like $100 each. I thought it was like $100, 100 gold each.
I
and like
should have written it down, but I don't.
It's fine.
I did not.
So you're each of you that have a token, present your token. And Gil, you're given 150 gold. You're giving 200 gold. And then everyone who doesn't have an Adventurers Guild token is given 100 gold.
Right. Money.
Monies.
So, how much for people who don't have one again?
100 gold.
Okay.
I actually have to reload my screen here. How many for the ones that do? I think Hecate joined.
Did Hecate join the guild?
I don't remember Hecate
I'm sure he
joining.
did.
Actually, I think
I think you
she
said you were
agreed to
interested.
join, but I don't know if she's actually taken like the.
You haven't taken the exam to join, but you've agreed to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll just take 100.
Yep, 100 for now.
Okay.
Basically, if you're just a random person, you get 100. If you're a regular Adventurers Guild token owner, you get an amount depending on your token. With like some of them getting like 5 more gold and then 10 more gold, and then higher ranked ones, it's kind of like you're sending a more seasoned adventurer, so they get a bit more of a pay. So there you go. You're back at Aquamarine. You find yourself back at your inn. Do you go in the inn with? Do you go in the inn with your friends, or do you immediately go perch on a tree and leave the party be? You don't want to drink with Gil.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, she's probably going to rest in the tree because she took quite a bit of damage. So,
All right. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I'm back. All right. So, you guys, so I moves into her tree bed, tree hammock, tree house, tree thing, and she just kind of lays down, and the rest, the 4 of you, enter the inn where you're staying. And oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on? All right. So, yeah, so you enter the inn and are greeted by the innkeeper. What was the name of the inn again? The Flagon something? The golden cask? Oaken cask.
Excuse me, yeah.
Oaken cask. Okay.
Excuse me.
Oaken cask. So you get into the oaken cask and you're greeted by the patron. What the fuck is going on? Greeted by the patron who greets you warmly. Like, welcome back. Some adventures, I see.
I don't know about the others, but I could use a good stiff drink.
Of course. Let me just get that for you. And he just kind of moves behind the bar and takes a big stein, puts it against the thing, and then there you go, my good man.
Much obliged.
We're rationing for more food stuff and things, but the beer, the beer it's done downstairs. He just kind of goes, slamming his foot against the floor. And we've got plenty.
Oh, that's good. Always need something to keep morale up in the middle of a siege.
Suppose having a
Yes,
supply is not
well.
a bad thing.
Yes, well, I've heard we've resupplied, which is good. It's good to resupply. I was kind of tired of making salads. We can share. We can give out a real meal once more with meat and potatoes. You know, the good stuff.
Oh,
Definitely
good to
make-
hear meat's back on the menu.
Should definitely make sure
Meat's back on the
everyone's-
menu, boys!
Should definitely make sure everyone's energy is up, considering the black moon is likely to come any day now.
Yes.
Oh
Well,
shit, that is true.
you don't
Mhm.
have to worry about the black moon as long as you stay inside of the building. Most buildings have wars at the doors and stuff to make sure that you don't get invaded. Close the doors, close the windows. Things should be good. Yeah, it might be a problem that some people might be able to move within that, but it doesn't affect us normal people. Not too much, at least. And honestly, I'd rather have some of these queendom fools pass our walls than have to be outside in the dark moon, if you know what I'm saying. Dark
Oh,
moon ain't
we-
no funny business.
Believe me, we know what you mean.
Oh yeah.
A little too well.
Yeah, Black Moon. The Black Moon is the reason why. Well, why most of what the Bastion does is try to reclaim lands rather than the other way around. It's always there, right at the moment you expect to find an opening. Some people say the moons are alive, you know? What stupid nonsense. But, I wouldn't be surprised if there's someone pulling the strings behind them. Changing the orbit a little, you know, to cause trouble. Make sure the right moon's at the right place at the right time type of deal. Does that make sense? I'm just a old man spreading tales. Don't listen to me.
Hecate's just slowly listening in the background.
You're
Like-
slowly listening, not quickly listening.
Well, whatever. Quietly listening. Sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but if I'm not listening to you, that means I have to listen to him. Eric says as he just like points a thumb over at Gil.
Gil,
Mm-hmm.
you hear that being thrown your way.
Yeah, Gil's just gonna roll his eyes. He doesn't really have a comeback at the moment. Doesn't really care enough.
Hecate always just tries to keep his ear out for like any kind of lore because it may or may not be any inspiration for some songs potentially.
Are you interested in the ramblings of an old man?
I guess you could say I'm interested in the ramblings of anybody, as long as the story's fascinating enough.
Well, you know, Aquamarine didn't used to be a border city. In fact, Beryl used to be the border city. And, it, was at a time where the Queendom didn't have any border with Arcanum Centrum. Arcanum Centrum is the source of all the knowledge that flows through the Arcane Society throughout the world. Arcanum Centrum started up like 4 or 5 mages got together and they were like, You know, there aren't any clerics here to tell us what we do is wrong. We can do necromancy, we can do weird magics that usually you can't do, and no one can tell us otherwise. And then they started talking about that, and then they started doing magic experiments that people said were taboo and people shouldn't do. And they developed magic at fast rates until eventually they were a world power. And when they became a world power, it was a problem that it was behind bastion lines. You know, a city state has its own. It's kind of its own place. It's not. It wasn't a bastion city, but it was behind bastion lines. So the queendom thought about it for a second, and they were like, well, I guess a good thing to do would be to take a bastion city right next to the city state so that we can have, you know, share a border with that powerful nation that's popped up. So the queendom walked on Beryl, one of the most powerful bastion. No pun intended. Most of the most powerful bastions of ours, and they plowed through it. They came in the night, unseen, and at the time, well, the moon. Apparently, at the time, the moons were new, so they didn't know how to deal with them. So the black moon sailed across the sky above it, and it caused strife and fear and pain. And when the morning came, Beryl was devastated, trying to build itself back up after the terrible night that had happened. This night with this new moon in the sky. And that's when the queendom struck. They came in with their dragons, with siege engines and everything they could, and they took Beryl, entered the walls, and then sealed them shut behind them. At which point, the border was moved, and for 500-something years, hasn't changed. Sometimes Aquamarine is the one assaulting Beryl, sometimes Beryl is the one assaulting us. It just goes back and forth, but now we know how to deal with the Black Moon. We know how to not make it so that when the morning comes, we're completely unprepared. We have systems in place, you know? And we have runes on the doors to keep the things out. The shades can't cause us trouble anymore.
Just be careful you don't get too complacent in your faith and your defenses.
Oh, no need to worry about that. We double check the runes every week. We have an enchanter come by from the Arcane Society to double check our wards. We make sure everything is good, and he just taps behind the bar on the wall. There's just this big double-edged axe, and he says, "And I keep Josephine here, right here, just in case." I don't think I described this innkeeper.
You gave them a name, but I don't remember their actual description.
Hey, did I give them a name?
Yeah, Golder Sharpaxe.
Yeah, his name is Sharpaxe. Which is why Josephine is the name of his axe. Sharpaxe. Golder Sharpaxe. I mean, I probably was thinking of him being maybe like a dwarf or something, but I don't think I went into details. Let's I'm gonna roll something. You know what? This guy's a fucking minotaur.
Cool.
He's a minotaur.
Oh.
He's a cow. And that makes it funny that he said that the meat being back on the menu was good. It makes it fun. So let's say he's a cow. He's a big cow person. Anyway,
Did Altar come with us, or did he just be?
no,
like...
Altar was brought to like the palace of Aquamarine, or
Gotcha.
kind of like the residence. They probably have like an embassy or something.
Cool.
For ambassador. So he's probably in the embassy right now. So Sharp Axe just goes. So, you like the story?
I'd say it was pretty entertaining.
Well, look, I can assure you about half of it is true. That's true with most stories, you know. We tell them, and as they get told, they get morphed and changed over the time. But at the end of the day, there's a little nugget in there. Nugget of truth.
So it would seem.
And considering Barrel's under Queendom hands, I'm pretty sure. For sure. It's called Barrel. It's kind of the naming scheme of Bastion. From dragons. I like them fancy words. He raises his eyebrows. Me, I come from the Italian lands, where my people grew up. Those were bad days. But now we're free. I have my own inn. And Josephine keep me company. He just pats the axe. Tink tink.
Hecate just kind of goes like internally, like, "Yep, this guy's a little crazy, but that's what I like about him."
So, can I offer you a real meal? None of that herbs and shit.
I suppose I could go for some of your finest poultry.
Yeah, I'll pass. Theora turns around and starts walking out the building.
All right, he just goes, "Have a nice trip." Bye.
I'll be back.
Back again. Sorry. Alright, so Ciara leaves. He makes you. He brings you like a good like chicken thigh with baked potatoes and stuff. And if the other player wished to eat as well, he's gonna bring them something.
I'm gonna be honest.
What would you like to eat? What?
I'm gonna be honest. After everything that happened with Sayora last session, Gil's probably gonna try and tail her. He just watched Sayora almost die. He's not gonna leave her alone.
Okay. Sarah, roll me a stealth, I guess.
Ow.
And Gil, Gil roll me a stealth, and Sarah roll me a perception.
Make me get out of bed, huh?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You don't
Well,
get
it's
to
not
escape the game that easily.
Well, it
I
wasn't
didn't
my
roll great.
fault. It's not my fault. It's Curb says he's gonna be tailing you.
Damn. Yeah.
All right, Sora. As you leave, you spot that. Well, you don't spot him immediately, but as you're getting to where you want to go, you see Gil. Just kind of, you see him walk out of an alleyway, see you, and then take a step back.
As Sayora is walking down the street, she eventually stops, doesn't even turn around, and just says, "Yeah, you need something."
Gil's gonna slowly just kind of walk out from the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, considering everything that just happened, I don't really think it's best for you to be going off on your own.
Oh, please, I have survived for long enough on my own.
And Sarah goes, "Plus, I'm never alone." And another Sayora walks around the corner and waves. I'm kidding.
All the same, you almost died. Forgive me if I'm a little hesitant to let you just wander around the city.
It wouldn't be the first time.
And I'd rather the next time not be tonight.
Sayora just looks left, looks right. I mean, I don't see any danger.
I'm gonna drink.
Do you?
I like to believe that she says "do you" in I's voice.
That was actually supposed to be a child.
Oh, I is childlike.
She's several hundred years old, but yeah.
There's nothing wrong with still having a bit of whimsy in you.
The thing about danger is you often can't see it coming. It's better to be caught with allies rather than alone if it does.
I promise you, I'll be fine. And she's gonna turn and continue walking.
Gil, I'm gonna ask, now that you've been found, are you going to just keep following her, but like out in the open and follow her brazenly even though she's told you not to? Or are you going to go back?
No, yeah, I think Gil's literally just gonna keep following her. I don't think Gil wants to leave her alone at this point.
All right.
Okay, but here's the question: like, are you just following?
Yeah.
Following?
Yeah. You just keep walking and Gil just waits a moment, just kind of narrows his eyes and then just keeps following.
As he continues following, Sayora gets on the broom that she was using as a cane of some kind, I don't know, and just says, I promise you it's a walk. Nothing more. I'll be back. And starts to fly off.
Hmm.
Still on near ground level, but she's going faster than she used to.
Okay. So, Gil, do you start running or do you give up?
I mean, Gil's a monk. He can keep up.
All right, Sarah, you jump on your broom and start flying a bit faster than you usually move. And then at some point, you just turn a corner, you look back, and Gil just fucking turns the corner and keeps going.
Just a fucking cloudy with a chance of meatballs gift.
So during the chase, Sayora zooms down an alleyway. However, when Gil makes the turn, there's two Sayoras running on foot, heading separate directions.
Hmm.
Oh boy, which is the real one?
No.
You said they were on foot?
Better shoot them both.
No.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I sent the stupid message to Sarah and Sai. I was like, which one's the real one? The one he's not following, that's what.
Yeah. So here's the fun
We're not.
thing.
This is not the type of GMing that I'm going to do, where I'm like, oh, no matter what choice you make, you don't follow the real one. So, Sai, I'm gonna still need you to answer which one's the real one. The one
I
going
already
right or the
did.
one going left?
I already told you in DMs.
Oh. That's fair. I'm stupid. I didn't see that. Okay. So
like,
yeah, one goes right, the other one goes left.
All right. Gil's gonna dash after. So you said they were both on foot. Just to clarify.
Yes, they're both on foot right now.
Okay. On foot, Gil would technically be faster, so I think. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. He will chase
try,
after the one on the left until he gets within about 10 feet.
Okay. So, what does the one going left do? Where does it go?
It starts running down an alley adjacent, and like very soon after they split up, it takes a turn. When you look down that turn, it's gone. And the other one is already on a broom flying.
Okay. So yeah, you were following the echo.
Mm-hmm.
And when you turn around and go back, you can't find Sarah. Well, I mean, I could tell you, roll survival to see if you can follow her tracks. She specifically said she went on her broom.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no tracks to follow.
Alright.
I guess you try to smell the magic in the air, but that's kind of weird.
That doesn't sound like a monk thing to do.
I mean,
Yeah, I often say you can do whatever you want, just roll monk bullshit, but I don't think smelling magic is monk bullshit.
yeah, no, Gil's
not.
just a human.
Exactly.
Just
Just
a human.
a human.
Totally.
Unfortunately for him, yes.
Yeah, just a human.
Would it be better or worse if he was a kobold?
I mean,
Well,
then
I don't know.
probably
I don't know. I don't
think-
know if Curb made the race my secret dragon, or if he just straight up made Gel human. But if it's the secret dragon, I'd say it's better to have the secret dragon race.
Mhm.
You don't get a lot of features while you're not a dragon, but you
Yep.
do get blind sight for like 10 feet.
That was
And,
that was the plan.
So and you get some features from your color of dragon and skill proficiencies and stuff. So yeah, I'd say being a secret dragon is better. Even though I don't think you're a secret dragon, I think you're a sealed dragon.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much it for Gil and Gil and Sayora, I would assume.
Yep. All right, we move back to the inn, the Oaken Cask, and with the big Minotaur boy, Mr. Sharpaxe, who just goes, "So, Eric, was it?"
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We don't see a lot of you dragon folks in these parts. Especially not that Shade. What's your story?
Well, the short version of it would be that I didn't much care for the lifestyle that was laid out for me. So I left in search of a new life.
That's fair. I also wasn't a big fan of the life set up for me, so I also kind of left my place. Like, back in Thalia, you've got a lot of them minotaurs, men of my people, who are kind of either clerics or druids. A lot of them worship one demigod called Barrett, and others sit on. It's complicated. Point is, druid or cleric wasn't my style, so I left home and I met a dwarf. And he was old and bitter. What the fuck is going on?
Midi, your mic.
He was old and bitter and he didn't have family. But we bonded, both being done with the world and stuff, and he left me his place when he died. That's how I got my hands on the Oaken Cask. So I understand not liking your lot in life and moving on.
Yeah. Never really was very happy with what I had. With a few exceptions, mind you, but certain powers that be had heavy expectations for me, and honestly, it just kind of felt like I was being crushed by them. Almost broke me at one point, but that was the final straw, as it was. Left behind everything I had, everyone I knew. And now here I am, starting over.
Starting over difficult, but it's often the better choice to compared to stagnation and shit.
Now I got news that someone I used to know back then's still kicking around, and I don't know what to do with this information.
Well, I have a solution, but you'll call it biased if you hear it, so I don't know if I should say.
I mean, I've had to put up with a lot of bias in my life as it is, so doubt it can hurt.
When that happens to me, when thoughts of home start clouding my mind, I take a good drink. And he pours you another glass.
You know what? I'll drink to that.
Ha ha! Good man. He pours himself a drink and he drinks with you. So yeah, Gil, do you eventually keep walking around, or do you make your way back to the inn?
Make his way back. Eventually.
And the evening approaches. Today it's the red moon. And the way it's orbiting, you're expecting that it's going to be the blue moon in a few days. It's going to be a bit purple, and it's going to start with a darker purple, and then like it's going to get a bit bluer and violet, and then you're going to have the blue moon above you. Maybe in 1 or 2 days, you're not sure. And you see in the distance flying, soaring across the sky, the black moon. And, well, from your vantage point, you can't see the shadow of the black moon.
Mm-hmm.
But, you see it in the distance. And right now, yesterday you were almost under the red moon, and right now you've got kind of like the red moon to the north of you, and the blue moon to the south. So you're guessing that if it keeps going, the orbit is going to keep going as the red moon is going to be moving northward, and the blue moon is going to catch up, and then lower than the blue moon is the black moon, who's going to follow up later. Their orbits aren't parallel, so it's hard to like make an assessment. And some of them have an orbit that changes from time to time. So once more, it's even harder to plan around that. But yeah, as you get back to the inn, looking to the sky, this is where we're gonna take a small break.
Do like small breaks.
Everyone go grab yourself a drink.
tour
You've got
bus,
ads running.
grab like a cup of fucking coffee or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I have a grocery, not a tiny grocery store nearby. I think I'm gonna go see if they can't get me like a Monster Energy drink or some shit.
You need like a jolt of something.
Sorry, what was that?
You just need a jolt of something.
Yeah.
I'm not tempted to
Anyway,
jump on
I'm
that too.
putting my headset down. I'll be right back.
I'm-
After these messages. After these messages. After these messages.
I'm going to cry.
Right back.
I'm half tempted to make like a super quick Walmart run, just get like a ball of mozzarella and just eat it. Because mozzarella was like the lowest fat cheese I could get my hands on here in this area. And it was an absolute lifesaver whenever I was craving cheese. For those viewers that don't know, I actually recently had a surgery that involved removing my gallbladder. Prior to that, I actually had to be on a mandatory diet where I had to cut out like anything fatty or greasy. So there's a context to that. Okay, Doggo is not happy. I'm playing Pokeroog. Just kill some time. I just caught a Lechonk.
Very fair.
Let's not do that. Ow. That didn't hurt as bad as last time, so that's... Yay, recovery, I guess.
Take what small victories you can, I suppose.
Yeah, like any hiccups, like any coughs or like, I guess belches too, which were very few in between. Like right after surgery, they've been painful.
Oof.
Because, you know, the gallbladder's like not too far off from the lungs. being connected to the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So breathing also sucked.
I've returned with a bowl of pretzels and a mug of hot chocolate.
Hell yeah.
Nice. I swear I'm about to like put this call on my phone and just like drive over to Walmart real quick.
Yeah, Curb, you know how, like you said, like eventually you're going to be having like money problems in Sunrise?
Mm-hmm.
I upgraded a bunch of armor that I made today for another set. I started with over 2 million Zenny.
Yeah? How much do you end with?
Like 700,000.
Nice. Also, question. I'm in a double encounter here on Poker Rogue with a Chansey and a Farfetch. Which one should I go for to catch? Currently out, I have a Torchic and a Sobble.
I would personally lean towards Chansey because Blissey is a fucking tank.
Okay. I was like, the heavy hitter or the tank?
Yeah.
Which, this is like my first
Is it
run
regular
ever.
Farfetch'd or Galarian?
It looks regular.
If it's regular, then like, yeah, no.
You just get rid of it. Okay.
Yeah.
This fucking Torchic is a beefcake, because
Galarian...
like, I got like a...
yeah.
I got like a god tier roll where it can do like double hit moves now.
Mm-hmm.
And with an item, it's so funny. See, you're eating, and I hope you enjoy that, because I definitely cannot, at least during session. Because, like, literally 5 minutes after I eat, I have to, like, run to the restroom. It is not fun. Fortunately for me, Doc at least said it'll last about, like, 3 to 4 weeks, so hopefully I can just go back to, like, regular maintenance stuff on myself.
Hopefully.
I'm just glad I can eat, like, any food and it not hurt now. Because let me tell you, the surgery, you know, I was sore and all that, but not as painful as a gallbladder attack. Oh, Caterpie is evolving.
I haven't gone through gallbladder stuff myself, but my dad sure did last year, and that's it's been a great time for him.
Typically you kind of won't unless you've got, like, certain parameters. Me especially, you know, I'm turning 23 in, like, literally just a few days. But, like, me being female, I was slightly overweight, and I also had, like, a couple of, blood issues, too, apparently contributed to me having gallbladder issues. So, yay. So, typically, if you're biologically assigned to be male, you should be okay, at least for a while. You won't really notice any problems until, like, maybe later down your life. If you're, like, absolutely eating the shittiest diet possible. Which I don't know how old some of y'all are. I'm like probably one of the younger ones here in the group, not like the youngest. But just a friendly reminder to everybody here in call and also anybody watching the VOD, just take care of yourself. I got the chancey.
Nice.
I'm gonna actually add it to my party. Should I get rid of Fido or Metapod?
Probably Fido.
Yeah, because they're both fairy types.
Yeah. Wait, is Chansey a fairy type? I thought Chansey was just normal.
Well, I think it evolves into a fairy type. Is the
I'm gonna check just to make sure.
or at least uses fairy type moves too.
No, yeah, Blizzy's just normal.
Okay. So I may be stupid, but whatever.
I mean, we're all Pokemon fans, so we're all kind of stupid.
True.
Yeah.
True that.
Can we normalize being fake fans for different series? Because I'm like, there's so many different series I'm into that I cannot 100% keep track of unless I'm like absolutely hyper fixated on.
You're fixating on what?
Yes. And I'm currently playing Pokerogue.
What's that?
Pokemon
it's-
roguelike.
Yeah.
Fan made.
Yeah. I'm just kind of doing this in the background while we're in an intermission.
So, while we're intermitting, what are the thoughts on the beginning of session this time around?
Pretty good so far.
That's all right.
We're intermitting, Warboss. You should do the thing.
True.
What thing?
The
Fixing
thing that
her
you
sheet.
said you would do.
The thing with the sheet that you said you'd do it sometime now.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you
that's right.
can't back out of this. Curb's been recording, so like we have it on recording that you said you were gonna do it. Well, we had a break.
It is on record, just so you know.
If you don't do it, Tyrion Cuthbert's gonna accuse you of perjury.
Nobody wants that.
Oh, I didn't catch it. What the fuck? I'm sad now. Catch it.
Fuck. Okay, I'll do it.
Literally,
I
as soon
guess.
as you said fuck, I caught it.
I'm gonna have to go on. I'm gonna have to fucking swear more on Curb's streams.
Ha!
You should name the Pokemon.
Awful.
I'm funny. Nothing.
Honest.
Okay. So, I'm supposed to go over here.
It's a fucking beetle.
Badoof!
Oh, Middy's favorite.
Kill it. Be
Kill it?
funny. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh god, I'm confused. Oh, please don't hurt yourself. Ah!
Kill it. Kill it before it can lay eggs.
Kill it before it kills you.
Well, apparently my poor Torchic is about to kill itself. Come on, hit it.
Phrasing.
I should probably swap Pokeball before this Torchic kills itself.
Maybe.
Oh shit.
What? No.
Pokemon, it is only level 11. Let's swap out with this Sobble.
Who wants a Sobble?
Me.
No one wants a Sobble.
Me, fuck you. It was my starter in Sword and Shield.
I picked Sobble as well.
Same.
Fucking love Sobble, you can eat it.
Well,
It's a sad boy, and so am I.
Well, to be fair, I was also referring to. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing two things at once. The game we're playing on Tabletop Simulator, where everyone left Sobble to rot.
True.
I'd rather have a hard edge. Thank you.
Oh,
Very clear.
that's
God, I fucking love On Edge.
that's a neat little detail they're adding for wilds.
Oh.
So like you have like binoculars that you can use to like look at monsters in like the distance.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
apparently, if
fucking
it's like a gold crown, like size wise, it'll show you an icon when you look at it through the binoculars.
That is cool.
I'm scared. I'm at a gym leader battle. It's fucking cheering.
You're fine.
Am I?
Yeah. Sharon's normal types.
Oh yeah, I actually think I may have this in the bag.
I also saw the new range that Wyvern's Fire is going to have for Gunlance, and I kind of feel a little bad for the monsters because it's some ridiculous fucking range. It's not just a Gunlance, it's a fucking flamethrower now.
That's scary.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Sabo, I don't care if you're pumped, you're at literally 4 HP, you're getting swapped. Well, there goes my tank. Yay!
Your archdevil, you say?
Oh, this is gonna hurt a lot.
Okay.
Grassy Field or Metropolis?
I don't play Poke Rogue, so I don't know what each area offers.
I don't either. This is literally my first run.
Pick one. Good luck.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I need, so I'm just kind of going for it. I mean, I could use just about anything to build up, like, starters. No, I don't want to switch. I'm just gonna fucking go for it.
Where is this?
And ball. Terribly sorry, Zigzagoon, but you're gonna have to go.
Okay, I'm gonna try to refresh my page because things aren't working. I don't know why it's doing that.
Wow.
What's wrong? What the fuck? Am I crazy?
Maybe. I mean, you have milk in a bag. How sane can you be?
Okay, fair.
Love you.
I don't know how this works.
I want the fucking hobbit.
Plant.
I want the cat plant.
Plant.
I don't know how this works. Oh, I don't know how this works.
Give me the plants. No, my Pokemon are too strong and got murked. What is that? I'll take that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Your sheet is updated. But for some reason I can't put the new features I put into the Illrigger feature section. I don't know why. And your interdiction, it's like invocations. You get to choose what you pick, so I'm not gonna fill it for you. And everyone's ready to restart the game? That paused for way too long? Because I had to do some menial labor stuff?
I guess so.
Well, I mean, if you're that optimistic about starting over, we can just end the game here.
No, it's a joke.
All right, so a day passes, and then 2. With 2 days of downtime, what do you guys want to do? Let's start with you, Curb. Tell me what you want to do on your downtime.
I think Gil is going to try and track down oh god, I already forgot his name. Altar, and is going to try and get him to double check the wards just in case.
All right. Okay. So, you walk up to like the embassy,
Mm-hmm.
and yes.
Is Ilmater here? I'm one of the members of the Adventurers Guild that helped him get here.
Oh, yes. I believe we talked about you. Gale, was it?
Sure.
All right. Come on in. Come on in. He allows you to come in and just kind of guides you. You go through a short corridor, and then there's another door which is opened, and behind you see Alvar, I believe is his name. That's what I called him, right? Alvar?
Alatar.
Alatar. His name is Alavar now. Go fuck yourselves. No, Alatar's good. So you see Alatar, and he goes, "Ah, Gil, my boy! Nice to see you."
Likewise, I suppose.
You don't exactly get to suppose whether it's a good thing to see someone or not. You just do or don't.
Well, I'll cut right to the chase then. It's come to my attention that the Arcane Society are the ones who are in charge of inspecting the wards for the Black Moon. Am I correct?
Yes, that's true. The Arcane Society has done a sweep. And he looks at his papers. 3 days ago, when the news about the Black Moon coming around came about.
Well, I, if you don't mind, would have a more peace of mind if you were to just double check.
Is there a place you want us to double check in advance? Because the process of going through the entire city is quite long and complicated.
Which side of the city would be the most built up by the Queendom forces at this point, because they're just starting to build up their siege on the outskirts, right? We saw that as we were coming in.
And I'd say opposite your inn is a good place where they're building up.
That
So
wall.
your inn is well placed to be near the wall
wherever that is.
All right. So you tell him, and he says, "All right, we'll look it up, but be certain, just to be clear, we can put wards so that they don't go into buildings, but we can't ward the walls completely."
Mm.
Well, it's not that we can't; it's that we don't know how.
Well,
The wards we put on doors to stop them from entering buildings function by selecting an area which is inside the walls and isolating it. Whereas a wall is just that, a wall. If this was an entire dome with a ceiling above the city, our runes would technically work to isolate it. But isolating the city is like trying to isolate the entire sky from everything else, because there's no well, there is a magical barrier, but there's no physical barrier above the city to make it a contained area. Sometimes spells are tricky like that. They don't exactly work in certain circumstances.
my
We know how
point
to.
is...
I can send a group of arcanists to double check the different doors around the area where you found yourself.
Ensure it's people that you trust. Last thing we need is a weak link in the city to allow for sabotage.
That is fair. He starts taking notes, and then he says, "Julian!" And just kind of this young man just kind of walks up and says, "Yes, Alatar? Bring this to the Arcane Society branch number 427. Yes, Alatar." And he takes the paper and rushes off, and then Altar turns to you and says, "Your sector will be swept
Should probably
tonight
check
if
your
possible."
own as well.
"Don't worry, boy. I double check my wards every day."
Good.
All right, so some time passes. Doop, 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 doop. And there's an escalation when it comes to hostilities. The Queendom having brought Dragon into the picture means that Bastion brings Dragon into the picture to defend the city. So there's starting to be aerial combats in the air of different sized dragons wrestling, slamming each other into the barrier above the city. Entire battalion catching fire as a gold dragon passes by. before the gold dragon is slammed into the wall by a black dragon. There's a lot of like really awful shit that's happening. And this is where we're going to find ourselves once we're done doing the round of the downtime. So we have Gil's downtime over the next two days. What happens with Eric? What's Eric doing?
Well, I guess there'd be like two things he'd want to accomplish. First is like trying to see if he can like get a hold of some more ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Two would probably just be trying to figure out what he can about like the current forces that are sieging Aquamarine.
All right. First, we're gonna go to the Arcane Society. And I'm not gonna make a scene necessarily out of this unless you want. When you show that you have an official weapon from the Arcane Society, they sell you ammunition for the price of ammunition in Steinhard. You have the books; they're your books. You know what they cost. You can just remove. You can add ammunition and remove the amount of gold from your sheet whenever you want. I'm gonna keep the game open after this. That would be good if you did it sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm.
Probably while we go over the other two people. And second, you wanted to double check about like the sieging force.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the person you're thinking about seems to be part of the siege. You've heard of these people who came in mauled almost to death, brought into the infirmaries and stuff, and looking at the wounds, you know that what caused these wounds. It's pretty clear because of the size of the wounds and the shape of them and stuff. You've seen these wounds before, mostly on people you two killed together. Well, you three killed together would be a better statement. Okay. And so you know that, and you hear rumors of the Huntress Inquisitor moving through the camps. She doesn't seem to have a specific place in the siege where she is. She's appeared in multiple camps around the city, so it's not like you've got like a direct place where she's camped. She seems to be moving around all the time, so it would be hard to pinpoint where she is at any time. You could maybe get a pattern if you observed for a few more weeks, but you don't believe you have a few more weeks.
I think in this situation, he would be less interested in figuring out the pattern of the Huntress Inquisitor and more interested in figuring out where all the really bad maulings and such have been occurring.
The maulings have been occurring mostly in your section of the wall. So the section of the wall that's closer to your end. Who was it that died Was it someone important, or was it like Pokemon something?
It was blank.
Okay. Well, it's really late for Blank. I'm not surprised
Oh,
he's
yeah.
stopping.
Yeah, he just said he was popping off and going to bed. So, yeah, that tracks.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. So. Sorry. My brain. Okay. So yeah, there's a section of the wall not too far from here where you've heard of these mauling. Mostly like yeah, there was a place where there was kind of a breach on the wall. There was like a siege tower that came in and set down. It's been pushed back since then, but yeah, there was like a siege tower that came in.
All right. This fills Herrick with mixed emotions.
Yep. All right. So, do you want to go explore the walls?
Probably would, yeah.
All right. We're gonna put that on pause. Ciara, what's going on? What do you do with your 2 days of downtime?
That's actually a good question. What is Sayara gonna do in these 2 days of downtime?
Do you like?
She had a date with the Arcane Society, but that's another Arcane Society that she was going to talk to. So might have to wait till after the adventure for that.
Okay.
Probably have a look around and get familiar with the place. Because there's not really much for her to do. She's not a crafter. She's not really like anything like that. Probably just explore the area a bit.
Explore the area, scouting around, just in case. To like case the joint in case you have to fight in this area.
Yeah. Could just get to know it
Okay.
better.
All right. So you scout around, making sure you get to know the place well, and yeah. Um. All right. So. Yeah. Okay. So, um. All right. Um. No, you move around. You double check a few things. And eventually you pass by as you're moving around, you pass by the embassy, and the Alatar just kind of waves at you and says, "Hello there, Seora, was it?"
Yeah, whatever you say.
I love you, Kenkus. How are you? Is anything going well?
I'm just taking a stroll. Just
Hmm.
getting familiar with the place, you know?
Yes, I know. That's very smart. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing actually right now. I'm thinking of taking a stroll, seeing the city that I'm going to be an ambassador in. You know, learning the place. Would you mind escorting me around?
Don't see why not. Yeah, sure.
Of course. And you begin to like go around the city, and you've been around the city a little, so you can kind of end up showing Alatar around. And there's like this one time where um a bunch of like stupid kids just kind of try to rob you, and you put them in their place. But we're not gonna need to roll anything. They're basically commoners, and you're level 4 adventurer. It's not gonna be a complicated encounter. Um, you just kind of push them away, and they run off. With Alatar laughing behind you. You probably wouldn't have had trouble pushing them away either. Um, so you move around, and you spend some time. Alatar just kind of speaking with you and getting to know you as much as you're willing to share. And he shares a bit about himself and stuff. And later in the day, once you're done strolling around the entire this entire sector of the walled-in city, because basically, if I had to, I haven't made like a description of the city, but if I had to, I'm gonna take a pen and paper, uh, something along those lines. So why is it anyway? So this is the outer wall. This is the inner wall, and then there's like quadrants like this. So right now you're in the outer, you're in the inner wall, and there are like doors around here. So you went and you explored this entire quadrant. Where you're in is like around here ish, and the embassy is more centered around here ish. So you just kind of explore the entire quadrant of the city. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, Jesus Christ, it's a good thing I did this. Um, I added some dots for different cities on this map, and I used an option to lock them, and I when I deleted my drawing, I accidentally selected one of the cities. Actually, I selected Bismuth, and I clicked delete, and I was like, wait, no. And then I was like, oh yeah, I locked Bismuth, so I can't move it, I can't delete it, I can't do anything with it. So I just saved myself some redoing of the map. Anyway, so yeah, you move around, and you increase your relationship level with Alatar.
Oh boy.
You go from acquaintance to friendly acquaintance. Anyway, joking aside, Alatar enjoys like you being their guard, just kind of you're a good conversationalist, even though none of your words are yours technically, but that doesn't make you a bad conversationalist. It makes you an interesting conversationalist. Okay, so you end up getting back to the embassy, and he says, "Well, thank you, Sarah. That was a wonderful stroll."
It would be
I'm
my
sorry.
pleasure to accompany you again.
He laughs and he says, "I'm sorry my whole bones kept you back, but everything's good. Thank you. I'm going back inside."
Sarah
Oh.
waves. Oh,
Okay, yeah. No, go ahead.
she starts walking away and go on.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, tell your stormy friend, the one with the frown, that we're currently checking this quadrant's double checking the quadrant's runes, just in case. Yeah."
She nods and continues.
All right. Um. All right. So then you keep on going, and eventually you make the night approaches. It gets very late, and you end up walking to the way all the way to the 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 inn. You see some restaurants closing as the night approaches, getting closer to evening, and you see some places like where the owner is a tabaxi or something, where they're opening because, as I said, because of the way things work, the night is about as bright as the day. The day is always kind of this diffused pinkish glow, and the night has all of the moons to light it. So usually the night is about as bright as the day, and it's always kind of dimish light. Um, so there are some places that are open at nighttime for the night owls of the world. So like and cat folk are a group of people like tabaxi and stuff, are a group of people who enjoyed living in the night cycle. So you see some places opening, some places closing. It's nice. And you arrive at the inn. And when you arrive at the inn, that is it for your downtime. I'm just gonna ask Tony, what does your
No.
character do in their 2 days that they have freely?
He's basically just gonna rest and take it easy. You know, Black Moon's coming up. He's been around the block to at least know what a Black Moon is, if he hasn't, experienced one not too long ago.
Yep.
So he's just gonna kind of at least walk around town, not be too far from the tavern, and just kind of like play some tunes here and there, but still just overall take it easy.
Yeah, sure. Give me a performance check. You've been you made a deal with Sharp Axe or whatever the fuck his name is. I think last session where you talked about staying and doing some work to have the board and room for free. I'm giving you advantage on this check, by the way. I haven't looked at your result yet, but I'm letting you roll twice. Oh, 15.
Roll twice?
Yeah, advantage.
Okay. So 2d20s?
Well, I mean, only one more. You've already rolled once.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
All right. So 24. You spend the night. I mean, you're spending 2 days there, so I'm kind of giving you like two rolls of the dice. So the first night you just kind of get you don't play badly necessarily, but you're just kind of getting used to like the tastes of the place, what people like, what musically speaking, and eventually you kind of and on the second night you've kind of got a finger on the pulse on what's cool in this area, and you change your repertoire of music for that night and you get a lot better. So I'm gonna say for the first night, roll me a d20, please.
Oh.
All right, so you make like 9 gold. Roll me a d100. You made 9 gold and 35 silver, and now roll me 3 d20s and 3 d100s. And the second night, you make 18 gold pieces and 158
Oh
silver.
god, you're making me do math.
I'm sorry.
Oh good. I got it.
That's a total of 193 silver and
27 gold.
27 gold. Yep. So you make a little bit of money. It's kind of like a good amount of money. And of course you don't have to pay anything for your room and board, because a good part of your profits are going to pay your room. For the other people, I would like you guys to spend 2 silver each, which is the price for the room. I believe I said a silver last time. So 2 more silvers for each of you. And then we're going to move to the top of the wall. What's going on at the top of the wall? Give me an idea of what Herrick is doing. You said you were gonna check the wall, so you're going to the top of the wall. There are some soldiers that are there. In fact, there are always soldiers on the wall. So you see a soldier just goes, "Halt! What's your business?"
Checking out the enemy forces. I like to know what I'm facing when shit's about to hit the fan.
All right, fair, I guess. Keep going. Hey, Jeffrey. And one of them says, "Yes, Billy." And Jeffrey says, "Keep an eye on Black Scales McGee over there." "Of course, Jeffrey." And he just kind of keeps an eye on you as you move around.
Alright. Probably gonna move up like towards the edge of the wall. Just kinda like start surveying what he can see.
Alright, so you look around and you see like the surroundings, and there are roll me a perception check. I'm not gonna give you things for free. You need to roll to get them.
Straight roll. Oh, that's better than I thought it was.
15. So okay, so yeah, so you look down and you see like a you see a camp far in the distance. They seem to be there is a siege tower on that camp. And it is not filled with people, so they're not planning on advancing right away. But there is a siege tower in that area. Fuck. Sorry. There is a siege tower, as I said, in that area. I wonder if I should. Okay. You'll excuse me if things don't go as I think. In the bottom, it is my first time making my own map for this, so we're gonna do this my way. Okay, so you look down, and at the bottom you see do you have like a pair of binoculars or some shit, or a like telescope type thing?
I get the feeling I probably don't. I sure don't.
Okay, so you look in the distance and you can't really hear what's happening over there. It's a bit far. But you do see like a I'm gonna roll for him. Probability. Okay. You see what from very far away seems like a bear walking around the camp.
Seeing that, Herrick's gonna dial in on that as best he can.
All right. Holy shit. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm gonna double check his stats real quick. What's your perception bonus, my man? Well, he's not rolling. Okay. So you rolled a what spot? What did you roll? 15?
Yep, straight 15.
Okay. You... Okay. Okay. So you spot him, the bear, and the bear's just kind of moving around, and he just kind of swipes his head and then does a double take, and he looks in a direction of the wall in your direction. He's looking at you. You have a feeling. And you're both looking in each other's direction, and you feel like your gaze lock.
I'll be damned. Been a long time, Stratus.
You see the bear you see the bear move, and you hear like a soldier besides you. He's saying like, "What a ferocious beast! It's clawing in our direction as if it wants to rip her throats." And from your perspective, you just see the bear waving at you, going like, "Hey!"
Oh my
Oh yeah,
friend.
real killer that one.
Fuck. What do I want to do? Okay. You see the jaws from far away. You see the jaws of this bear just kind of open wide. Oh, you don't hear anything because he's too far away. And then he begins to walk towards the wall.
Alright, Stratus. Where is she? She's never far from you.
And as Stratus begins to move towards the wall, he approaches the range of the archers, who begin to like finger their arrows, ready to draw their bows. And as they do, someone rushes out from a tent looking at Stratus, the bear, and you see her frown and begin to run towards the bear to pull it back before it enters the arrow range of the defenders. Can you describe that person for the chat?
So, she is a rather tall, blue-scaled half-dragon, equipped in heavy armor, most likely bearing the Queendom's insignia. But yeah, blue scales. There's like some kind of like she has like these fins on the side of her head that have like kind of yellow webbing, yellow eyes.
All right. So this blue scale dragon with yellow eyes and basically yellow fins extending on it on her head, with her horns, just kind of rushes and catches the bear, and she seems to have a talk with the bear as she's pulling her away. And now I want to ask, are you gonna stay there and keep looking down, or are you gonna move away before she looks up?
Herrick is going to stay there.
All right. You see her speaking with her bear. What you other people wouldn't know what's going on, but you know, because you know her. And she just kind of shakes her head and looks up and also does a double take. And then she looks up at you and she squints. And Stratus like kind of turns around and waves at you again. And she bats his paw down and pulls him towards the camp.
Oh yeah, yep, she's pissed. Oh, she is so pissed. That is not good. Oh, I'd apologize in advance for what she's gonna do, but that's gonna make me look suspicious.
Well, okay. All right. Stratus gives like one last glance in your direction above his shoulder as he's being dragged away, and he just open his jaw and lets out an inaudible like cry in your direction, as if he's trying to reach out to you, but you can't hear from that far away.
Herrick will give him a wave, though.
All right. And when you wave back, Stratus just kind of keeps walking, but there seems to be like a pop in his step. He seems very happy that you waved back. And when he does, the blue scale dragonborn looks back at you with an angry squint and then slaps the bear, who just kind of groans at her once more, or at least you can almost hear the growl that he would do, but you're too far away. But you kind of get the idea. You know what it would sound like, and it almost makes you chuckle.
That being said, when she looks back with an angry squint, he's going to wave at her as well.
All right, I'm gonna roll something.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back because I want to be sure the camera catches this. So you wave at her and she goes.
Oh yeah, she's pissed.
Might do it again. I want Morgan.
Boom! All right. So, I'm gonna say this is like one scene that happens. I'm gonna say over the next the next 2 days, like other small scenes relating to that happen. I'm gonna say Seora moves back to like the embassy and takes another walk with Alatar around another section of the city. They only went to like one quadrant of the city, so she goes over another quadrant, and then like they take like, I'd say like 2 walks a day is a decent amount. So after 2 days, you've gone over the entire city, walking around, and I'm gonna say like Alatar becomes friendly with Seora. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay, so Seora just kind of becomes friendly with Alatar, and Gil also talked with Alatar, but Gil doesn't get friendly with people, so we're just going to say you make an acquaintance of Alatar. I'd even say that like maybe one of the days where Seora and Alatar go take a walk, Gil follows. And because you're with Alatar this time, you can't run away and give him the slip because Alatar can't move as fast as you can. So you're kind of forced to to let Gil follow you for that day. And Gil's grumpy because you tried to run, but not much happened. You just walk around the city with Alatar and Gil. As for Herrick, you get a bit more in tune with the guard and the people protecting the walls. You spend a bit of time there, and the soldiers on the walls just kind of learn to get with you. And one of the 2 days, Tish comes with you, and everyone and the guards that are above the wall fall in love with Tish because she's an amazing mount, and they all praise her, and she gets really pumped up, and then she's insufferable for the rest of the day because she's been like
She's had her ego stoked.
She's had her ego stoked, basically, and that evening you need to buy her a special lunch because she feels really good about herself, and she doesn't want to eat like regular rations. And Hecate, you spend time. I'm gonna say Hecate. You know what? Roll me another 4d20 plus 4d100s. Because you do 2 days, so the second day, roll me like, so that's 15 gold and 256 silver more that you make over the time. So, plus 15. 34 gold and 256 silver. So you make some money spending doing music and being a good musician, because you are a good musician. And I'm gonna say, since you're doing your downtime doing this, I'm gonna ask you for one last D100. But this one's separate and it's not for gold purposes.
Okay.
88? Okay, let me look at your sheet real quick.
I'm scared.
Hecate?
I really do need to see about like spending my money though. I'm like rolling it.
Don't forget, you have a magical hoard you can put money in to increase your base when you come back.
You know, I could probably do that. Let's say
You can
I put,
also
like...
buy things for you, but there's a communal like place where you can drop your money to increase your base's power and defenses and runes and shit.
Hecate's kind of the type of guy that's like, if I got my instrument and some food, I can last for a few days. So I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna like throw like 300 gold into like the communal thing.
Don't do that yet, because we're not actually there. But
You're not in the
eventually.
city right now.
Eventually, we will.
You can just note that.
But yeah, you make a bit more gold, and you get like very comfortable with the. Roll me a persuasion check for fun.
How dare you? As if
You got +7 in persuasion. I'm not making you roll something you're shitty at.
I'm doing like all the rolls.
13. Yeah, you're doing all the rolls. 13. So yeah, you become very friendly with the innkeeper. Not like super best friends type of friendly, but like he respects your craft and you respect his, and you get in a good situation with it. He wouldn't like run out and help you with his axe if you were in danger, and he wouldn't put his life in danger for you. But if like a fight happened in the bar and you were involved, he would help you.
All right.
But let's say he wouldn't go out in a siege to help you out. He's not that level of friendly, but he would like. If there was kind of a bar fight, he would be on your side, but that's about as far as he'd be willing to go. All right, so that's it.
Somebody start a bar fight.
Seora. Can you take a note somewhere in your sheet?
I can take it in our DMs and then in a bit.
Okay, so just try to remember that having moved around with an historian for like the last 2 days, you're gonna have advantage on all history checks related to the city for Aquamarine. So it's kind of like a what did you call them? Like a situation bonus. So a situational bonus on history checks relating to Aquamarine. You have advantage on all history for that. All right. And we're gonna take a second, much shorter break this time, and then we're going to finish and wrap up, unless you want to end the session here.
I don't know what's a group consensus here.
I just need to go to the bathroom, so it depends. Do you want to end this here, or do you want to keep going? If we keep going, it's not going to be very long. Like, you know what? It's 11. We started at 8. That's been 3 hours. I'm going to do a little scene here. So, what happens is, as you you guys are moving around, it's the evening of the second day, and you hear a bell ringing. Ting ding 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 ding. I want Seora to roll history with advantage, and same thing for Herrick, but the others roll with disadvantage, I guess.
Wait, what are we rolling?
A history check. And if you're Seora or Herrick, you're rolling with advantage. Otherwise, you're rolling regular, I'm gonna say.
I still did okay.
That sounds about right.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Sounds accurate for Hecate.
Wow.
Different
Okay.
characters. Sayora didn't show up on the list. What the heck?
What happened to Seora?
I don't know. I know I got a nat 20, which is pretty fucking hilarious. There we go. It just sucks.
All right. Seora,
Here.
you're traveling with your party at this time specifically, and you don't recognize this ringing of the bell, but it's coming from the direction of the wall, so it can't be good. I, Gil, Herrick, and wait, Sarah, you make a history 20. Was that for another roll?
Did that not show? Okay, that didn't show up on my end, so I didn't know if it went through.
Okay, so I have a Sarah 20, Herrick 20, Gil 19, I 22, and Hecate 14. Okay, that's good. So, Sai, I, Gil, Herrick, especially Herrick, you hear the ringing of the bell, and you recognize it as a just give me a second. You recognize it as a call to arms. Something. Hecate, I'm gonna give you a long rest because it's been 2 days and you shouldn't have 3 HP.
Oh, all right.
So
I partied so hard. I
you
nearly died.
hear the ringing of the bell, and all of you except I think, well, wait, you rolled the 14 at the lowest. Yeah, all of you recognize this as a call to arms. Specifically, Herrick and I, and Seora. No, Seora wouldn't know this. Especially Herrick and I, who are more knowledgeable about, like, war and stuff. you would recognize this as a call for militia or otherwise adventurers, like like an emergency call. Whereas there's a standing bounty for responding to a distress call from the Adventurers Guild, and it's basically like a if they ring that bell, you can go help, and they're gonna compensate you at like a certain rate. I think it's 50 gold per adventure that shows up specifically for this. Sorry, I just double checked. I wondered who left. It's another one of the non-players. So, you know that this is a call for aid. Like anyone that's off duty that hears the call is requested to show up on the wall, or where it's rung, which is this case is on the wall. And all like off-duty adventurers are offered a bounty for help that they would give. So this is near your wall. Herrick, it's near the wall where you went to look at the camp, the specific one with the maulings. And you look up at the wall and see approaching the wall a siege tower.
Ah, shit. We need to get up there right now.
All right, on it. Gil takes off.
All right. As you all take off, this is where we're going to end session. And we're going to start next session with
The siege.
my attempt at a new skill challenge to make it to the wall as fast as possible. And depending how long it takes you to get to the wall, the situation on the wall when you get there is going to worsen. So
I am a bird man.
you are bird.
True.
You're gonna be able to evade some of the if I set certain obstacles in your way, having a flight speed is going to be an auto success. Because you can fucking fly, you know? Like, oh no, there's you see a boulder fly above the wall and smash into a building. Rubble covers the street. Everyone roll athletics to get through the rubble, except
Anyway.
you. Flap your wings. You get through. Auto success.
So,
Yep.
that's where we're wrapping things up. Thank you all so
Yep.
very much for stopping by. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next session.
Goodbye.